Soundbite blunder of the week goes to Delaware Senator Coons for claiming that his daughter doesn't, quote, think the vice president is creepy. So folks, politicians, executives everywhere love to bash the media as being, irresponsible and always focusing on the negative. And in large part, that's true. But many of these issues where politicians get caught are entirely preventable. Case in point, a week or so ago, Joe Biden was in at the swearing-in session for Senator Coons of Delaware. And there was this moment where Senator Biden was sort of leaning over, hugging, talking to the senator's young daughter, I believe an 11-year-old daughter. She looked uncomfortable. She looked like she was pulling away. And a lot of people were making hay over the fact that, what's Joe Biden doing? It looks creepy. So now Senator Coons is on Fox News, of all places, and Chris Wallace says, does she, meaning your daughter, think the vice president is creepy? Coons responds, Chris, she doesn't think the vice president is creepy. Well, what's the result? Headlines. Dem Senator, no, my daughter doesn't think Biden's creepy. Creepy is in every headline, especially in media that doesn't particularly like this administration. And it just is cementing the image, the reputation that Senator Biden, or that Vice President Biden is creepy. That's hardly helpful. And I can't imagine that's what Senator Coons wanted. How could you, by the way, here's the background of the story. Senator Coons says the vice president has been a family friend, has known his daughter her whole life, and was simply being comforting and saying, hey, my kids find this whole thing sort of nerve-wracking and embarrassing too. We're all going to get. He was just being a nice sort of uncle-type figure. And that's the backstory. But how could Senator Coons have answered this question more effectively? The second he used the word creepy, because Chris Wallace said, does she think he's creepy? No, he's not creepy. That's like, are you beating your wife? No, I'm not beating my wife. Are you a crook? No, I'm not a crook. When you use the negative words of the reporter, you make it easy for the reporter to quote you denying the negative, but that just gets the negative out there more. How should he have answered this? Let me replay it right here. So if I'm Mike Wallace, Mr. Senator, does your daughter think the vice president is creepy? Chris, no. She loves and respects the vice president and considers him a family friend. Now there's no interesting quote for the headlines. The issue would have dissolved and the senator could have had an easier time getting something else spotlighted from the interview. So that's the soundbite lesson of